First, an ultra-difficult riddle. Guess which hand is holding the chicken? The left one or the right one? Well, which is it? Actually, none of you can answer this question correctly, but the scientists did. But first, a short trip into the past. Do you know Tyrannosaurus? Well, who doesn't? Huge, predatory, bloodthirsty monsters ready to devour all living things in their way. Despite their popularity, Tyrannosaurus are not studied so well. Only in 2007, we've been able to examine a well-preserved protein from a lizard bone, and this brought unexpected results. Chemical analysis of the T-Rex suggests that the king of dinosaurs bears the closest similarity to a modern chicken. This is definitely not the lineage one would expect from a bloodthirsty monster, but the facts speak for themselves. Tyrannosaurus are, in a way, chickens. Chickens are, in a way, Tyrannosaurus. You've been eating dinosaurs all your life. Actually, if you get to know chickens better, it becomes clear they inherited quite a lot from their distant ancestors. Yet they don't look like aggressive killers, but their instincts can still kick in. All it takes is a snake nearby. Chickens are usually scared of predators, and that's understandable. Too many creatures on our planet pose a danger to them. It's difficult when it comes to snakes, though. As soon as a chicken detects something that looks like a snake, the whole flock comes on alert and attacks right away. And it doesn't matter whether the poor reptile was going to have chicken eggs or chicks for lunch or just crawled by. If the snake is small, it simply stands no chance. Chickens are so determined, they can even chase a fleeing enemy. Not to mention the roosters, which can even peck king cobras to death. The fact that reptiles have venom doesn't bother them at all. They press the snake down with their legs, deliver quick blows, lift it into the air. Meanwhile, there's little snakes can do. The roosters simply dodge their attacks. Honey badgers? Ha! If chickens were immune to venom, they'd have stolen their title as coolest animals. I wonder if they got this ability from dinosaurs too. Okay, I agree, it's quite difficult to imagine an agile T-Rex, but chickens in fact are quite good hunters. Both chicks and adults love chasing insects, pulling them out of the ground, catching them in flight to have a snack. Moreover, chickens are believed to be better at catching and killing mice than cats. That's why there are no mice in chicken coops. None of them wants to meet a real predator. Knowing this information, you begin to think that Tom and Jerry should have looked very different. I'm beginning to suspect that the humans who domesticated chickens weren't thinking about unlimited eggs. Seriously, it's like deciding to breed rattlesnakes because they make cool noise, but never use their combat potential. And you know what? It looks like that was the case. Well, not with snakes, of course. Today, many anthropologists believe the chicken was first domesticated for religious purposes, mainly for cockfighting. It sounds strange, but cockfighting used to be a religious ritual once performed between two villages, two groups, two clans. I don't know what the goal was, but over time, the fighting turned into a social event. It seems too cruel to a modern person, and I subscribe to this point of view. When did people realize that chicken is not just a killing machine? It's hard to say. Seems like at some point they discovered that chicken bones can be used as needles for sewing and tattoos, and other parts of the animal could serve for medical purposes. The ancient Romans had lists of dozens of ways you could use the chicken to cure everything from bedwetting to insomnia. Maybe some chicken invented broth one day by simply falling into a cauldron. By the way, have you ever wondered why, of all birds, people have been especially active in domesticating chickens? I mean, why didn't they pick penguins, or eagles, or finches? Turns out our distant ancestors had no qualms about domesticating even the most menacing creatures. Perhaps it was something like an experiment, a trial and error method. From 6,000 to 18,000 years ago, ancient people may have bred cassowaries. I mentioned these birds in my previous videos, but if you haven't seen them, make sure you do. In the meantime, here's a short summary. These creatures are considered the most dangerous birds in the world. These are not chickens. They are not easy to tame or even just live around. Cassowaries are fierce, ill-tempered, aggressive. They're one of the few birds known to have ever killed a human. Claws up to 5 inches long, roughly as tall as an average horse or even taller. They are definitely safer than cassowaries. But this doesn't mean chickens can't do you any harm. A whole gang of roosters is terrorizing the Queen's District. I'm not exaggerating. Aggressive birds attack people without any reason or warning. They target children and adults no matter what you were doing. Maybe just planning to get on the bus and calmly go about your business. Too late. Roosters already saw an enemy in you. Run! Though this'll hardly help you. As I said, chickens hunt mice and attack venomous snakes. Humans too easy a target for them. Roosters scratch and peck people till they start bleeding, and no one can fight back. In any case, until the police or Peter Griffin got down to business. well, you know how it'll end. But it's also weird. Chickens and roosters that pose a threat to humans. Perhaps if you grew up in the countryside, this doesn't surprise you a bit. I'm not used to this, so I decided to see what weapons these birds have. Chickens can grow teeth. So their genes still store records of teeth. And I'm talking about fangs located along the edges of the beak, like alligator teeth, only in the mouth of a chicken. Creepy. Actually, if you activate a mutation, the gene will turn on and we'll get a chicken with teeth. This is exactly what we needed to add to other problems of a planetary scale. You want more frightening facts? Rooster spurs are the same thing as rhino horns. Well, they're smaller and located in a different spot. Nevertheless, spurs are a formidable weapon that can hurt or even kill. They're covered with a hard layer of keratin. That is the same stuff that makes up rhino horns. Like rhino horns, spurs are used for protection against predators and fighting for females. So roosters are in some way rhinos? Guys, wait! You forgot about me! Guys! Small rhino horns on their legs, the ability to grow teeth, Tyrannosaurus as ancestors, given all these characteristics, I'm no longer surprised how tough the roosters could be. What, did some rooster fend off a hawk to protect the coop? Heh, why not? Battle was epic though. Both birds almost died, but the rooster prevailed. As a bonus, he earned the name Chuck Norris. All this is, of course, quite interesting, but there's one question that bothers me a lot. Why does eating chicken wings make your stomach burn? Okay, it was a rhetorical question. We live in the age of chicken. I'm not kidding. Up to 65 billion chickens are consumed on the planet every year, and there are about 23 billion chickens on Earth at any given time. This is about 10 times more than any other bird. That's 40 times the number of sparrows. Live chickens can be found on all continents, except of course Antarctica. There, they only come in a frozen form. Well, or as croquettes.
Yan. Good.
Given these incredible figures, most of the bones to be discovered by future archaeologists will be chicken bones. Yeah, we could dig up and study the bones of dinosaurs, mammoths, ancient humans, but the chicken will destroy all scientists' ideas of diversity. Imagine their surprise. Damn, the same bone again. Steve, we've got the wrong address. This is not Earth, that's KFC Planet. Yes, chickens can really be tough fighters, troublemakers, real predators, and yet for us, they're just a source of meat. How'd it happen? Seems like chickens were domesticated about 8,000 years ago and gradually became larger. According to different estimates, today's broiler chickens weigh 5 times their wild ancestors already at 5 to 9 weeks of age. This is due to a genetic mutation that causes birds to eat a lot and gain weight quickly. Due to this, the bones of broiler chickens change, and the birds can only survive with the support of human technology. You get what this means? I'm not going to talk about the ethics and other related things now, but one thing is clear. People took the strength of chickens away from them. They brought them to complete submission. After all, these stories of roosters that attack humans and can defeat a hawk are not about broiler chickens bred on an industrial scale. Due to mutations, modern chickens are very weak. Maybe it's better to have alligator-like teeth. See you later.